All right, good morning. Here we go. A little after 9 on this Thursday. Mike and Lisa from AM800. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes on Facebook Live and our other social media channels on this bright, beautiful Thursday. Lisa.
Isn't it a nice morning?
Very nice. Yeah, looks good out there. So, yeah, I think it should be a good day. It looks like a good weekend all around. So we'll
Love it.
keep everybody updated with the forecast all the next few days leading up to Saturday.
Right. Leading up to the weekend. Hey, do you know what hangry means? Hangry?
I do. Would you like me to guess or give my definition, or you want to tell us tell us what it is?
Well, it's a combination of two words, right? Hungry and angry, being hangry. And it's become a more popular term lately to describe how one gets and feels when they're hungry. And I don't know about you. I don't necessarily get this way, but people in my life that I've known
Okay.
definitely have this hangry thing where their personality changes when they're hungry, and it's like if they don't get food like that minute, somebody's going down.
Oh,
And it's like, oh my gosh, and then everything, the panic, and the person's in a bad mood, and you can't reason with them. My son Connor's like that, and I really, and he's always been like that even as a kid. And I think, and so is his dad. And I think there's something to like low blood sugar or something physiological
so
that's
it's not just
going on.
psychological where you're just like got to eat. Like there is some chemistry to this.
I really believe that. Like, do you get hangry, or are you just hungry?
No, just hungry. Yeah, I don't really get hangry, but I do know what you mean. There are people like that. So it sounds like you live with one.
I do. I do. And, the study just came out. And really, it's the first to prove that hangry really is a thing. So they got all these people together, 64 to be exact, and they gave them an app to track their emotions and how hungry they felt. And it showed that not eating really does make a lot of people angry. And so when they
Wow.
were craving food, they were 34% angrier, 37% more irritable. They took 38% less pleasure in whatever they happened to be doing. Um, and it affects people in the real world. And, every other study that they've done on this has been a lab setting. This was actually tracking people and their emotions when they were hungry. So, hangry's a thing.
Okay, so I don't know. Anybody else feel like this? And like, what do you do when you're hangry, or if like your spouse or one of your kids is hangry? Do you like immediately go to the drive-through, get them something right away, or make something in the kitchen and say, "Here, eat this," because
Yes.
apparently it's real.
I know when my son was a kid and we'd go on like road trips, or I remember one specific time being at like Canada's Wonderland. And you go out and you do things like this as a family, your eating gets kind of thrown off a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, it was like panic. You got to
panic.
get him something to eat. But
Panic.
it's funny, and it's just, and the mood changes instantly.
Yeah, like a light, like
Instantly.
a switch, right? Like it just all of a sudden
Yes.
hits that person. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. So, yeah, that's a thing. And I mean, I can get kind of grumpy, I guess, or tired if I haven't eaten properly or according to plan or regularly or whatever, but I don't know. And I know, like, some people are affected otherwise when they don't eat, they become weak, or um
I gotta watch with my migraines if I skip
yes.
meals or I haven't like, okay, man, I gotta eat something now or one's gonna come on. So yeah, there you go. Wanda, give them a Snickers.
Yeah, those the commercials that have kind of played a part in all of this
They did.
hangriness. I know, it's funny.
Absolutely. All right. Jason says, I agree. If I'm not in a great mood, could be because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Could be. All right. So there you go. Hangry. If you weren't familiar with that term before, you are now. Okay. So we've been kind of bouncing back and forth between working at work, in the studio, and working at home lately with our studio renovation going on right now. And there is a list out, a survey about, the 10 reasons employees prefer working at home. Now, what would you prefer if you had your druthers, Lisa? Where would you be working on a full-time basis? Would you be right there where you are now, or would you be at the station?
I'm going to give you the typical Lisa answer.
Okay. Depends.
Yeah. Depends because,
On?
well, I like working in the studio because of the structure that it gives me. And I like that I don't have access to the fridge.
Oh, okay. So it helps with your controlling your diet.
Well, yeah, I just find like I just tend to like nosh, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Because the fridge is there and it's
it's
just
right there, yeah.
kind
And
of
you're set up right by your kitchen, right? Like where
yeah.
you are right now.
And
Okay.
at work, if I don't bring food with me, then you don't eat. On the other hand, it is very convenient and comfortable to be working at home. It's saves time going back and forth to work, even though we really don't live that far from work. And I don't know. But if I had to choose one, Mike, and I think that's what you're asking
Yeah,
me,
that's what I'm asking. You choose one, Lisa. You gonna be at home? You gonna be at work?
I would pick. I
Come on,
I
you
would
can do it.
forever. I
Forever. The rest of your illustrious radio career, home or the palatial studios of AM800?
I would pick the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just think it's better for the show.
Yeah, it more than likely is. But having said that, I would pick home.
I know you would.
So there are 10 reasons, though. Number 10 is there are no colleagues you need to make small talk with. One of my big reasons would be
Yes.
that. Number 9, being able to prep evening meals. So I guess, talking about people that work, 9 to 5, and that, you can run upstairs at 4 o'clock and start dinner, come back and do the rest of your work. And then boom, it's all set to go. You can wake up later, right? You save the commute, whatever commute you have. Like, look at Steven, who is one of our viewers from Long Island, New York. Not even a question. At home, it would save me 90 minutes.
Wow.
That's a commute. Ours is 9
Or 5.
or 5.
Yeah.
Well, for Lisa, it's 5. For me, it's 9 because Lisa is a faster driver than me. Number 7, better family and social life, taking your kids to and from school. You can do that maybe more often. Number 6, you're able to do domestic duties, housework, washing. Yeah, when I'm at home, I get to do my laundry during the news. I switch the loads during the news. Yep, Anne's right. See, Lulu's here too. She's not here
Right.
now. Ran upstairs, but she was here earlier. Jason, no surprise, Mike. I'm sure Dan McDonald would stay in the studio. Would say the
Yeah.
studio
He
too.
likes the studio
Yeah.
better.
Okay, number 5, better for your mental health to be at home. Number 4, you could accept deliveries and not worry about them being left outside. I don't know. I wouldn't really worry about that too much, but I guess that is a concern. Number 3, you can manage your own schedule, be more productive. 2, the working environment, a little quieter, less distractions. I would debate whether there's less distractions or not when you're at home. Depends on where you're set up, your living situation,
Right.
all that,
Not
right?
for us. We're in a studio. But after the studio, I agree. It's that small talk stuff that they might get distracting.
Yeah. And number 1, save money and time from having no commute. People in bigger cities that got to use public transit.
Oh my
People here
gosh.
that, mostly drive to work, saving money on gas.
That would
So,
be a big thing. Yep. That would make the difference right there for sure.
okay. All right. So, home, office, there you go. Those are some of the reasons people want to work at home. So you can let us know, what would you prefer? And maybe you are now working at home, because a lot of companies have reevaluated this whole thing since the pandemic, including ours. Like some people that we work with are part-time at home, full-time at home, and then some are full-time in the studio or at the office. And we are part of the normally full-time now back at the office, even though we're home right now.
Because our studio is getting redone. It's going through
Wait till you see
renovation.
it. It's going to be like the Hearst Castle that we were talking about.
Well, yeah, and, Jason talking about getting our regular camera appearances on CTV. Yes, that's part of what's going on in our studio, putting cameras
Coming
in there.
soon.
What?
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Coming
Yes.
soon. I don't want to say a date because usually things like this do not happen when they're supposed to.
Well, we'll see. And we'll let everybody know, of course, when that does happen. So
Okay.
that'll be interesting. We're looking forward to that,
Yep.
actually.
Okay. We'll wrap it up for today here on After 9. Tomorrow morning between 5 and 9, there's a few things we're going to get to. What is the best alternative for single-use plastic bags? Like, so you're going to the grocery store and you're like, okay, everybody's getting rid of plastic. What am I going to bring with me that's the best choice? We'll talk about that at 6:37, and I can't wait for some of the music we're going to play. There are three of my favorite bands. You're going to like some of this music, too, tomorrow. Lisa, playing Sunday at Comerica Park in a rescheduled show. We'll play some of the music tomorrow.
All right. Looking forward to it. 5 to 9 tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.